It's been almost a year since the Galaxy S25 Ultra launched, and I've been using it for about 6 months now. With the Galaxy S26 Ultra just weeks away, here's my honest experience to help you decide if it's still worth buying. From the design perspective, it's pretty much similar to the S24 Ultra. You guys already know, this phone comes with a grade 5 titanium frame, so it's built to handle sudden drops really well. And honestly, after months of use, there's not even a single scratch on the frame or the back. I'm always using this hard case, so even if the phone slips or drops, this case protects it all the way around. And it's been doing its job perfectly. One interesting thing I want to quickly mention that there are leaks suggesting that the Galaxy S26 Ultra might not come with a titanium frame. If that actually turns out to be true, the S25 Ultra could end up being the last Samsung flagship with a titanium build. If you've used the S24 Ultra, you already know, those sharp corners can actually hurt your hand after long usage. There are multiple cases reported earlier for this. So compared to that, holding the S25 Ultra feels a lot more comfortable. It just sits better in the hand, especially when you're using it for long periods. When it comes to the display, there's honestly not much to complain about. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has one of the best AMOLED displays out there. Even under direct sunlight, the screen stays clearly visible without any issues. It's not the brightest display in the market on paper, but in real life, it's more than enough for almost every situation. The display is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Armor 2, and it also has this anti-reflective coating that really helps reduce reflections. It's actually tough enough to use without a screen protector, but I've applied one anyway, so I do lose a bit of that anti-reflective benefit. The display supports up to QHD resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate, so everything feels smooth as butter in day-to-day use. I've honestly never noticed a single frame drop. Scrolling, animations, app switching, everything just feels effortless. If you're coming from a mid-range phone just like me, this genuinely feels like a big step up. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is powerful enough to handle pretty much anything I throw at it. All the videos you're watching right now are made entirely on this phone, from editing to rendering, and it's been smooth every single time. Sometimes I even edit on my monitor using Samsung DeX, and the phone handles multitasking really well without slowing down. It's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy chipset, and comes with 12 GB of RAM, so even gaming at the highest settings isn't a problem at all. It does get a little warm during heavy editing, but never to a point where it feels uncomfortable or concerning. The S25 Ultra was one of the best performing smartphones last year, and yes, newer phones now have slightly higher benchmark numbers, but in real-world use, the difference isn't that big. With a flagship chipset like this, you're basically set for years without any real performance issues. Speaking of longevity, Samsung has promised 7 years of software and security updates for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. That means this phone isn't just powerful today, it's designed to stay relevant for a long time. You'll keep getting new features, security patches, and optimizations well into the future, which really adds peace of mind if you plan to use your phone long term. When it comes to the software, Samsung's One UI is easily one of the best Android experiences out there. It's smooth, stable, and extremely customizable. I've already made several videos covering One UI features, so I won't go too deep into that here. But two things I really want to highlight are Good Lock and the Samsung ecosystem. Good Lock lets you customize almost every part of the phone the way you want, and I haven't seen anything like that in any other smartphones. And when you're using other Samsung devices together, everything just works really seamlessly. Let's talk about Galaxy AI, because Samsung calls this the first true AI companion device. And honestly, I can see why. Galaxy AI feels more practical now, especially with the built-in Gemini integration. You can actually ask it to do things across multiple apps, and it handles multitasking surprisingly well. Features like Now Bar and Now Brief are also underrated. I like being able to see important info at a glance, even when the screen is locked. There are some AI features that I honestly don't use at all, like Interpreter, Call Assist, or Drawing Assist. But there are two AI features I'm genuinely passionate about. The first one is Writing Assist. I use it almost daily, and with AI Select, I can access Writing Assist from pretty much anywhere on the phone. It's one of those features that quietly becomes part of your routine. The second one is generative edit. Photo editing on this phone is on another level. The erasing and editing capabilities are honestly unmatched, and I think this feature alone is a big reason why the S25 Ultra became so popular. One more thing worth mentioning is Bixby. It kind of got forgotten because of Gemini, but there are still some useful features there. And now there are rumors about Bixby getting a major revamp with Perplexity in the S26 series. So yeah, let's see how that plays out in the coming weeks. Enough about AI, let's talk about something actually important: battery life. On weekdays, I'm mostly out, so the phone runs on mobile data almost the entire day. It's also connected to my Galaxy Watch 5, and I use my Galaxy Buds for around 2 to 3 hours daily. If I'm not doing heavy camera work or video editing, I usually end the day with around 20 to 30% battery left. With my kind of usage, the S25 Ultra can easily last more than a full day. Even if there's some battery left for the next day, I still charge my phone overnight. I know some of you might say that's not ideal, but I'm using adaptive protection in the charging settings, and I don't use fast charging at night, because I just want the phone to be fully charged when I wake up, without it getting warm from fast charging or staying at 100% for too long. I actually have a few more tips on saving battery and keeping the battery healthy, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. I'm not a heavy S Pen user myself, but Samsung did downgrade it this year by removing the Bluetooth features. Sure, you can do some of those things using a Galaxy Watch or even a Galaxy Ring, but that's an extra cost, and it's not really the same experience. Personally, I think removing those features was a bad move, but what do you think? Was this a good decision or a bad one? Let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about the most important thing, the camera. This right here is easily one of the best smartphone cameras out there. And for me, coming from a mid-range phone, this felt like a massive upgrade. The first time I opened the camera app, my honest reaction was, oh my gosh, I need a tutorial for this. There are so many options. From the native camera app to Expert RAW, this phone can capture some really beautiful photos. Night photos are good, but not perfect. Sometimes the lighting gets a bit overexposed, so low light shots aren't always the strongest point. But during the day, this thing is an absolute beast. I've also used the periscope lens to shoot things that are really far away. But I personally don't care much about the 100x zoom. And yes, the Camera Assistant app definitely helps in getting better results, especially with those long-range shots. As always, portrait shots are great as well. The depth tracking works really well, so subjects are separated nicely from the background. When it comes to video, the S25 Ultra produces some really good footage. If you've seen my older videos, especially the ones where I showcased apps using my Galaxy A53, the camera behind those videos was actually this phone. I mostly shoot in Pro mode for videos, so I can tweak the settings exactly the way I want. That said, I do have one complaint, which is lens switching. It's not as smooth as on some other smartphones, and you can notice the jump when zooming in and out. I really hope Samsung improves this in future updates and also works on reducing shutter lag. Other than that, this camera captures fantastic shots almost every single time. And finally, here are my overall thoughts on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. When it comes to design, heat management, and even the AI features, this phone is clearly better than its predecessor. It feels more refined and more balanced in daily use. But if you really look at it from a hardware point of view, it didn't change much. Some things remain the same, like the battery capacity and fast charging. Even though the battery life is good, when you compare it with other competitors, it does fall behind. Leaks around the S26 Ultra suggest better battery improvements, but even that doesn't seem like a massive jump. Still, even with these negatives, I can confidently recommend this phone, especially now since the price is coming down. Reports also show that sales for this smartphone has picked up again compared to previous generations, and that probably has a lot to do with better deals right now and the possibility of a price hike with the next flagship. So my advice would be, wait a couple of weeks until the S26 Ultra launches. If it turns out to be a big upgrade, you can jump straight to that. But if it's not, there's a good chance the price of the S25 Ultra will drop even further. Just stay calm, keep an eye on the updates, and then decide what works best for you. And that's it from my end. I hope this video helped you get a clearer idea. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.